This group of 34 Australians, comprising 11 women and 23 children, have been largely hidden from public view for years, living in the dangerous camps for Islamic State families in Syria. But their attempt to leave the al-roj camp on Monday local time has thrust them back into the spotlight. And most of the women have actually spoken to the ABC over the last 5 or 6 years while they've been stranded in Syria. The ABC has been able to confirm they are part of this group now trying to get back to Australia after viewing a handwritten list of their names inside al-roj. They include Nesreen Zahab, who spoke to Four Corners in 2019 when she claimed she was trying to help Syrian refugees in Turkey, only to find herself over the border in Syria. She's now in her early 30s and was spotted in al-roj by our crews on Wednesday. Amina Zahab is also in the group. She's Nesreen's aunt and the mother of Islamic State fighter Mohammed Zahab, who was killed in an airstrike in 2018. Mohammed's sister, Amina's daughter Sumaya, is also in the group. In early 2025, the ABC spoke to Kirsty Ross Emil and Zainab Ahmed in the al-roj camp as they pleaded for help from the government to get home. They are also part of this group of 34, and it's believed some of the Australians who travelled to Syria to help bring this group out are relatives of Zainab. The full list of the women's identities is available on our website. Only one of those individuals has been subject to a temporary exclusion order, which is a power the government has to ban someone over the age of 14 from travelling to Australia for up to 2 years at a time. It's not clear which of the 11 women is the subject of that order. But when the ABC met these women in Syria back in 2019, a number of them were aware that Parliament at that time had just passed these laws, bringing into force these exclusion orders. It's also not clear what that order relating to one member of this group of 34 will mean for the travel plans for the rest of the group, whether or not it will delay their attempts to leave al-roj once more. Although the federal opposition leader Angus Taylor is demanding the government issue more temporary exclusion orders. He says it's a test of leadership for the Prime Minister, even though the government says the advice from the nation's intelligence agencies has not yet called for such orders to be enforced on the other women. Passports have been issued to this group of 34. That is a legal obligation the Australian government has towards its citizens. But even despite that, the federal opposition is criticising that move, again accusing the government of providing material support in this repatriation mission. That's despite Prime Minister Anthony Albanese saying he has nothing but contempt for the women in this cohort and he will be doing nothing to help them or their children get back to Australia.